Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first video that you are seeing, hello, my name is Victoria. I recently started posting videos and putting them on YouTube. My most recent trip to Disney World is partly the reason why I started posting again, so go check that out if you haven't already. But if you are a returning viewer, hello, nice for you to be here, lovely to have you. So for today's video, I just wanted to share a little bit about the things that I am reading. Of course, as I mentioned in my previous video, I do love reading. I have gone into my book era, and I feel like I am collecting books more than I am reading them at this point, but there are just so many good things and so many good finds out there, so it's hard to catch up. But I wanted to share the list of books that I currently have pending to be read or in process to be read at this point. So we'll see how that goes, but if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to join this chaotic corner of the internet and just kind of stick along with me in my life and my journey, and I'd just love to share that with you. Go ahead and hit that like button and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video that I will be posting. I have a lot of cool things coming up. I am also getting married in November, so some wedding content to pull out there, and I hope that you will stick along with me on this journey of life that I am currently in. So without further ado, let's get into this book haul. From the last video that I posted, I did a couple of days, about a week in my life, and I had mentioned that I had mentioned the book that I was currently reading. It was called My Life with the Walter Boys. I had originally found that book through the Netflix series. I watched the Netflix series first and then went into the book, and I enjoyed it. I liked the show, so I was like, you know what, I'm sure I would enjoy the book. Let me go ahead and read it. I read the first book, and there were some differences. I don't know if I just maybe overlooked them, but there were some differences between the series and the book, and I actually liked the series more. I know usually you like the book more than the movie, book more than the series, but I actually liked the series a lot more than the book. I felt like the book read very long. Some of the chapters were very long, and I struggled to get through them. And I think it kind of helped that I had seen this series maybe to kind of justify what was happening, because there were some parts that I was like, wait, what did I just read? So thinking back to the series and then reading the book definitely helped. But as I was reading through the first book, I knew that there was going to be a second book, just like there is a second season coming out, I believe at the end of August. And so I finished the first book, but I feel like I need maybe a break from it. I feel like I need to get into something else, but I did grab the second book just so I can prepare for the second season. Like I said, it was very different from the book in the series, so I'm wondering if the second season will be similar to the second book. I don't know, but it's called My Return to the Walter Boys, and I'm just excited to read that. And of course there's the picture of the first book. I have it over here in my completed list. This one is My Return to the Walter Boys. Like I said, hoping that the second one will be a lot better than the first. We shall see. But just a little synopsis. It's basically about a girl, Jackie. She recently lost her family in a tragic accident, her family being her mom, dad, and sister. So she moves in with, I believe, her mom's best friend and her family, and she has about 11 kids, I think, living in the house. So she completely uproots her life. She's from New York, I believe. It's kind of like journeying her life, what her life is like, going to a place that she's very unfamiliar with. And then of course, as every true rom-com YA book is, there are two boys within that Walter family. And so it is the Walter Boys, and they're very different. One's a rebel, one's more kind of caring, but she enjoys both of their company, and she kind of toys back and forth of, well, no, I don't like them, yes I do. So it's intriguing to look to see who she decides. In the first book, not to give a spoiler, but let's just see what the second book has. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's reading it or that will read it, so we shall see what happens in this book with Miss Jackie. For the book that I'm reading currently right now, I was so excited to pick this up. I picked this back up in May. This author just released it. I'm usually not a hardcover girly, but this is all she had, so I knew that I had to pick it up. This author, I just love the way that she writes her stories. It is so entertaining to hear both sides of the story. This author is none other than Abby Jimenez, and the book that I'm currently reading is Say You'll Remember Me. I am just a few chapters in. I want to say I'm in chapter like 9 or 10, and I am already, I just love it. From the first to second chapter, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. She has written the Part of Your World series, the Just for the Summer series. I loved it so much, so as soon as I heard that she was coming out with another book, I had to pick it up. And if you're getting the hardcover, like I said, I'm not a hardcover person, but this book is so pretty. Like, even just without the sleeve, oh, I just think this would look so nice. I loved it so much. So that is what I'm currently reading. Oh, I just love it so much. I don't want it to end. I'm like waiting for her to put more books out there. So one of the books that I have not read, which is also in my list here, is also called Part of Your World. And I will grab that from my list. But I saw it, I want to say, I don't know if I picked this up at Barnes & Noble, I might have, and I knew that I had to get it because I've seen so many people talk about it. I love this author so much. She's one of my favorites, so Part of Your World is probably gonna be next somewhere in this list. I feel like she's an author I like to go back to when I'm reading something out of my element. This is definitely in my element of when I'm looking for books to read, so I may put this one a couple books behind this one just because it's such a high. So when I go and read other things that I may not like, I don't know, I always come back to an author that I love. I will save this one. So I am excited to, well, one, I'm excited to continue reading this one, and then I'm excited to eventually read this one. Another book that I am currently in my list to read is, and you've seen this everywhere, I think, across all your social media platforms, it is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, or Fortune? I have not read anything from this author. I thought I initially did, but I didn't. I want to say it was Every Summer After that I was going to read, but I don't think I ended up getting it. I don't see it in my list, and I don't remember returning it. So I'll probably have to pick up that one before I pick up this one. I'm not sure if they're connected or if I need to read one before the other, but this is currently in my list. Also, honorable mention for this bookmark that I have for Miss Pocahontas. I do have other items here from this small shop. I believe the name is Soaring in Magic. She creates the cutest bookmarks and stickers ever from Disney characters that you will love. She creates them from books that she has, and I think she's also creating wallets right now, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll go ahead and put her information down below. I just think I love bookmarks. I love collecting all of this stuff, so I had to pick up this, so I will include all her information. She generously let me be an ambassador for her shop, so I will go ahead and link everything here for you guys. But going back to the book, I haven't read it, but this is something exciting that I'm ready to read. Kind of changing scenes a little bit. I don't think I've ever read a book like this, but I saw a fellow Disney Instagrammer, Erin Davila, but she was talking about this book in one of her recent vlogs that she posted, and I kind of talked a little bit more about this on my previous video, but I did see this book when I was strolling the aisles of Target, and it was the last one, so I had to get it, and it is called The Naturals. The way that she described it was very interesting. I said, oh, I could maybe get into that. It's definitely out of my element, but she raved about this, and it is a series of other books as well. This author is the one that's from the Inheritance games, if that is something that you've read. I haven't read that, but I hear that it's really good, so Erin definitely praised this and said that if any book recommendation, it would be this one, so I'm excited to get into this. The way that she described it was that the FBI has gotten these kids, they go to school together, and they help solve cold cases, the cold file cases. So she said there's a little bit of romance in it, so we shall see. I'm excited to dig into this one. Another honorable mention that I will be reading as well. I love to collect these books just based on nostalgia reasons. I haven't read all of them, but I just love going and picking them up if I see them in half price in really good condition. So this book that I'm talking about is obviously the Harry Potter series. This one is The Chamber of Secrets, and I love this one. I believe maybe a teacher may have had this one because it does have this little flapper used to put, I don't know, I'm probably showing my age here a little bit, but it has the little flapper you used to put like your little card of who was like checking in and out of the book, that little sleeve that would go here. I just love that so much. So, and it's also laminated, so I want to say that A teacher definitely had this, so I saw this and I fell in love with the book. Although now I've seen the Harry Potter books have that really pretty sprayed edged all around, but I just love the old school ones. Like I said, I picked this up. I always pick them up if I see them in half price, if they're in really good condition, and I just love this one so much. So come fall, come the holidays, I will probably dive into these again and then watch the movies. Also, fun fact, I have not watched all of the movies. I think I've only seen maybe 1 or 2, and then I've only read book 1, and then I don't think I've read book 2. I don't remember getting into this one, so I will have to pick that up. That is horrible of me. I need to get back into this one, so I will put this one back in my list right after a few others, and this is where I am the way I am, but I'm excited to get into this one. Changing pace a little bit, I have been on the hunt for this book because I used to be into watching The Bachelor, now not so much, but back then it was a bachelorette named Hannah Brown. I loved her so much that I loved the way that she, you know, stood up for herself and the way that she spoke about herself and how she handled herself throughout that whole season. So she actually wrote a book, and I saw this in half price and I picked it up, and it is called Mistakes We Never Made, a novel by Hannah Brown. Also, the cover is so pretty. I just love the way that it looks, and that's her right there. But I'm excited to get into this one. She also released a second book. I can't remember the name, but I heard so many good things about this book, especially with Abby Jimenez. She also raved about this book as well, so I trust Abby Jimenez, and hopefully this book will be exactly what I'm looking for. So Mistakes We Never Made, I'm excited to get into this one. Changing pace back a little bit, I am an avid Marshalls, TJ Maxx home goods shopper, as one should be. And while I was looking through my local Marshalls, I realized that they started selling books now, which is very exciting, because here there's only about 1 or 2 places that I can shop for books, and it's not always like a huge stack of books. Anything that they have that's released I have to grab pretty instantly, or else it's gone for I'd say about a month or a couple weeks. So when I go back home, I like to go into half price and Barnes & Noble to pick up the books. But when I walked into Marshall's here and I saw this book, and I want to say it's like $14 at Walmart, and I don't ever see it at half price, but I have been wanting to get into this. I think there is a show that's going to be made into this, and this is The Housemaid's Secret. I believe this is the second book in the series. I think there's 2 or 3. There may be more. I have no idea, but I've been wanting to read this, and so when I saw it at Marshall's, and by the way, it was $5.99 compared to $8, which I think, like I said, from Walmart, I think it's $14. When I saw this, I had to grab it. You have to grab it. There's no rhyme or reason for it. It's a good price, it's a good deal. So I picked this one up. Oh yeah, it says originally $12.99 US, but compared to $8, so I got it for $5.99 at Marshall's. I've also seen different people post that they have different books. They also have Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer. I've seen the Summer I've Turned Pretty series on here. I have seen this book. I've seen a couple other summer books, I want to say. So Marshall's is actually starting to carry them, so that is very exciting. My Marshall's heart and my book heart are connecting once again, so I'm excited to get into this one. I heard it's really good, and I'm hoping to read it before the new series comes out. So if you had read this, please let me know what you think about it. I want to know if I'm going down a path I should or should not. My rom-com heart, I don't know if it'll take it, but we shall see how this one goes. And lastly, this book is very random. I was going through the aisles and I saw the cover and I really liked it. And this is definitely up my alley of what I like to read. This is called The Most Likely Club. I have never heard of this author, Elisa Friedland, I want to say it is. I just really liked it. This book is mainly just about a group of high school students, a group of girls who make a pact to achieve what they want to in high school. This book jumps, I want to say 25 years in the future, and takes them back to see if maybe they could achieve what they initially wanted to back in high school, and you're kind of on the journey with them, the highs and lows of their friendship, and just kind to see if they could be exactly who they said they wanted to be when they dreamed of themselves at a younger age. So definitely relatable. I feel like a lot of people could relate to this story. of how you may see yourself in high school and where you hope to be versus 25, 30 years down the road where you actually are and what you're doing with your life. So I am excited to get into this one. Like I said, it's just a random read that I found, again, half price, $7.99 for this one. I'm excited to get into something like this, of kind of like where you see yourself in the future and everything. So definitely relatable, and I'm excited to jump into this one when I'm ready to. And that is all that I currently have on my list. I think so far. There could be books hiding that I haven't touched it and that I haven't gone over, but that will do it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed kind of my talk through of going through the different books that I currently have. I think it's exciting to engage with other readers who love books as much as you do. So if you have read or possibly going to read one of the books that I talked about today, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know anything that you thought about the books, what you're currently reading, or what you think I might like based on what I've shown you. Please let me know if you want to connect. I also will put my Goodreads. I do track my reading with Goodreads as well as the Fable app. I tend to go with, I would say, both, more Fable for tracking and Goodreads for the reviews. They do link with Amazon, I believe, so I do enjoy the app very, very much. It helps me kind of get a synopsis of the book if I'm kind of like going through the aisles of whatever bookstore I'm in. It kind of helps to decide if this is going to be a good book for me, how people are rating it, what people are saying about it without actually giving you spoilers. So I do enjoy that too. But that will do it for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for sticking it out with me and going over these books. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more videos about books and wedding content, and hopefully maybe I would just be more than happy for you to come along in this journey with me and this chaotic corner of the internet, sharing the love of books and Disney and many, many other things. Please hit that like button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video that I will be posting. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!